well, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be diving into the offensive film from the Indianapolis Colts game for the Detroit Lions. Yes, we're diving back into the film of this game. And you know, I was excited to get this film. I was so excited to get this because I wanted to watch this back so bad. If you guys have seen any of my videos or even my live stream from the game, I was not happy with this offense. I was really upset about this performance of the offense. And I'm still not very happy with this offensive performance after watching it back. But as crazy as it may sound, after watching it, I feel more encouraged than discouraged than I was coming into it. I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to see what I mean when we get into this video. There was a lot of problems. This offense was not good. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm saying I was more encouraged than I was coming in. After watching it back, I'm saying, okay, I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better about what I saw. I don't feel super excited like this offense can go score 50 next week. That's not how I'm feeling because we haven't seen that. But I feel a little bit more encouraged about the future of this offense because this game wasn't good. It was flat out not good. And I'm going to show you why I think what completely went wrong in this game because there was a lot. There's a lot of things that went wrong. And also what I took away from this that I feel like Bevell could potentially look at and apply to the rest of the season for this offense and have more success offensively. Have more success. Get the most out of his weapons. Because one thing I've talked about is I feel like the Lions and this offense has set a lot of players up basically to fail, right? They're not putting them in their best positions to succeed. And that starts with the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who did not play a good game. He did not play a very good game. But even after watching his performance back, maybe a little bit more encouraged than I was coming in. And you're going to see what I mean by that. So I first want to start off with the bad. Now, this is simply just the first half. This is just the first half before our 2-minute drive. And I'm going to save that for later. There's a reason for that. But I just want to look at the first half first, okay? I want to look at this first half. And honestly, this is almost all the plays. It was basically a blooper reel, which we put on the field, okay? That's what this was. We had potential to make some plays, but it didn't happen. Now, one problem that I have, and I still have, honestly, watching this back, is that we came into this game knowing they had one of the top defenses, one of the best front fours in the league. They weren't going to blitz a lot, but they could stop the run and somewhat of the pass. They were good against the pass as well. One of the problems I had in this game was somewhat of the scheme, and it's something that I talked about recently that I didn't like because I felt like the Lions didn't game plan for this game. Now, they made halftime adjustments, and we will look at that. I believe that Bevell, to his credit, that I need to give him because I personally, I don't think I gave it to him. He made adjustments in the second half from what I saw. But coming into the game, there was not enough preparation for this Indianapolis Colts team. Now, granted, they had 2 weeks to prepare. I didn't feel like there was enough. I felt like it was too much of what we've done all season, and it was a really big problem for us. But we came in this game knowing what their strengths were, and they had a lot of strengths defensively, but that front four was one of them. And the first thing that the Lions do is move Joe Dahl to right guard. Now, that's the first thing I want to touch on. Hindsight's 20/20, of course. But it looks like that wasn't the right decision because through the first half, Joe Dahl was getting destroyed on the offensive line. I mean, he was just getting destroyed on the offensive line. Why would we move him to right guard right before we face this front four? I don't completely understand that. I can see during the bye week, right? Was he healthy during the bye? I don't know. Either way, I don't completely understand this move. Maybe it doesn't matter whether he's there or not. Maybe it doesn't. But either way, it just didn't work out very well. One thing I also didn't like, Matthew Stafford, when it came to passing the football, didn't have many check down options early in the first half. It's a thing that, put routes downfield, give an opportunity to take shots. But when you're facing a team that is dominating you on the defensive line, you at least have to have at least one option for him to check it down. Because if he doesn't have a check down option, now that's where sacks come in. He's getting hit, and now you're behind the chains. So let's take a look at these bloopers or the miscues in the first half. That could have completely changed this game, but there was a lot of mistakes here, and there's a lot of different ones. So the first thing we're going to look at, like I said, Joe Dahl. Joe Dahl starts at right guard. Okay, I believe this might be the first play of the game. Yep, this is the first play of the game. The very first play of the game. Okay, I took all the notes of every play. But this Joe Dahl right guard, Adrian Pearson in the backfield. Again, this looks like every single offense every week. Every week, this is what our offense looks like. And that's how we started once again here. That's what we did. So, I mean, most people are guessing this can be a hand off to the right. That's exactly what it is. Joe Dahl just gets completely beat. We'll talk about the tight ends later. And that blows up the play. And essentially, it is the play. We didn't run well in this game. And you're going to see why. And I'm going to touch on a lot of different things here. Okay. Next up, now we're going to passing. Now we go to the shotgun, okay? Again, maybe not disguising it the best here. Here we go on the shotgun. We're going to pass the ball. This is what I talk about not giving him a safety blanket. So you're basically going to put your tight end here on a delay. He's going to delay, he's going to release, and he's going to sit here. Stafford has nothing downfield. It's good coverage. They have good corners. Nothing downfield. So Stafford waits, and he tries to go to his tight end here, Hockenson. The problem was this defensive line absolutely dominated our offensive line, and he didn't have a quick get out of the hands option. It's 2nd and 9, and you're not giving him an underneath option quick. Watch this. This takes too long. This is a problem. Defensive line blows it up. Okay, so they let him go by. Our left tackle Decker can't keep up. The inside's beat here, and Big V's beat. 3 guys are beat, and Stafford has no option because Hockenson hasn't even turned around yet. He can't throw this ball because Hockenson turned around. You see, it's good coverage downfield, but the pressure's already there. So by the time he looks to throw it, he's turning around and he's getting hit, and the ball goes nowhere. So this next play is awesome because it actually goes right with our game plan. If you guys watched our offense game plan video before this game, you will know that this is a play that we touched on in our game plan. Okay, this is the exact play that we touched on in our game plan video. Here it is. It's the smash route, right? It's the concept. It's the route concept. I believe it's called the smash route concept. It might be I think it's the smash route concept. But basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting a deep in route. This is the 3rd down play, right? 3rd down, so you need a lot of yards, and you're going to send one man deep. Basically, this safety has to choose, and whoever he chooses, Stafford's going to have the other option. It's a great way to beat the zone that they love to play, and that's what the Lions go to. Okay, so I like it. You prepared for that. You had the right play called. Okay, you had the deep route. Safety follows. So you're going to get this. You have a linebacker. All he has to do is put it in between. Stafford, this wasn't a bad pass. Some of them have been rough, and it was not a great game. This wasn't a bad pass. It's in his hands, and Golladay dropped it. That's the first thing. So that's how our first drive goes. That's our first drive. A missed block, not giving him an option, and then a drop pass. That's our first drive of the game. So that's not how you start a football game. That's not a good way to start a game. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's get back to it. Here we go. We're back on offense. Now, I understand that maybe they're trying to set up the play action here, which I get it. I get to a point, like, if it worked later to set up play action. I was good with this off the play action. It's just really tough to do this against a very fast linebacker group, especially with Darius Leonard back. We talked about it all week. I also don't think the vision was the best here. He never cut up. This is a place where maybe he should cut up. You can see Decker. He's forcing him to the outside. So this is where he's got to cut, if anywhere. He never cuts. Swift never goes upfield, and now you're asking James to try to pick up that linebacker to the edge. He never cuts upfield, so that's a loss. So now we're behind the chains again. We're behind the chains. Okay, that's fine. How about 3rd down? 3rd down, Kerryon Johnson on the backfield. What did the Lions do? They set up a screen from their own end zone. This is a great play. This is a good play design. This is what I like to see. This is good. This is good from Darrell Bevell. They set up a screen. I like it. The pressure's been getting there. Stafford waits to the very last second, dumps it off. No look, stop it. Dumps it off. Perfect. You got a screen set up. You should get the first. You got 3 blockers. You got two linebackers, but he slips. So 2 drives that should have continued. They didn't because the players either dropped it or he slipped. Okay, well, that's not going to help. Okay, here we go. How about another inside handoff here? Absolutely blown up. What did I say? Joe Dahl, right guard. They pull him. So they pulled Joe Dahl. Now, you have to know what running back I feel like is a lineman who's in your backfield. This is Adrian Peterson. Peterson ain't trying to go the outside. Let's get that straight. He wants to go everything the inside. And Dahl runs past this linebacker without even realizing it, and the play's blown up. Peterson can't get to the outside. This may be an argument to say, okay, maybe Swift should be in there. I don't know. But the fact is this. He can't get to the outside. Doesn't have that speed. So he's looking to one side. If you pick this block up, he's got a lane. Doesn't pick the block up. He runs outside. I don't know where he's going. Peterson's trying to follow his blocker. The play's blown up. Okay, again, a missed block. These are all miscues. This is just mistakes. And maybe that has to do with trying to put Joe Dahl at right guard. Okay, now you set up that play action, right? Oh, again, another miscue. Look at this one. Hockenson versus linebackers. Our tight ends were getting killed against these linebackers. But what happens here? Okay, Stafford goes to the comeback route, and Kenny Golladay slips. Another slip. Like, these are little things that you can't really scheme for. They're just making mistakes here. Okay, here we go again. How about the gun? Stafford takes a sack here. Stafford takes a sack. Look at who it is. It's Joe Dahl. He's getting beat. Stafford, he's not the most mobile quarterback. He's going to try to step up. There's nothing. He can't step up. But the reason that happens is because it's 3rd down. He has to wait to try to get passes down the field. He has to wait to get guys down the field. He can't get that ball out quick if you even had options. But you has to wait to try to wait for something to get open deep. Can't do it because our right guard is blowing off the football. It was the first half of bloopers, to be honest with you. But heading into that final drive, okay, the Lions got their touchdown. I didn't show that. They scored a touchdown. I didn't show it. It was a good pass by Stafford. I didn't show it. What I wanted to show was the bad. I wanted to show all the miscues that could have kept drives alive. Now, here's where you're forced into making Matthew Stafford a 2-minute drill quarterback, right? Where Stafford out of the gun, empty, whatever it may be, and you're up-tempo, you pass it, you give him quick options, and he's just trying to move the ball downfield. Stafford for years has been at his best. Every single time it's in this kind of drill, he's at his best. He seems comfortable doing this. I think it's a big reason that he has so many comebacks. I think we're misusing Stafford in a way where, yes, he's not mobile, but to me, Stafford is not the kind of quarterback that wants to be, this kind of pro-style quarterback. I don't see that. I think Stafford, especially now he's getting older, he's trying to read the defense. I think Stafford wants that freedom to look around and make decisions, keep pace up-tempo. So what are you forced to do before 2 minutes? You're forced to do that. Also, good thing here, they give him an option. They give him an option to Hockenson, and these are easy passes. These are things that we don't have really in the game. Now, all of a sudden, you have to pass the ball. So these are easy passes, and you're going to see this entire drive. Stafford, 5 for 6, 45 yards. 5 for 6 on this drive. He just looks so comfortable. Look, even though the rush gets by, he feels comfortable. He steps up. Look at that pass. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. He just... It's a comfort thing. It's a confidence thing. When he's in this situation, he is confident that he can make the plays. Throws that. He's run up to spike it. Great. You're in field position. You missed the field goal. Another miscue. Maybe we should go to that a little more. How about this? You come out in the second half. Guess what you do? You do a handoff inside. I don't understand this completely. I don't understand why we're doing this. But we go with the handoff right out of the second half. And again, our tight ends are going to get beat by the linebackers. Linebackers are fast. You go with the run out of the second half. Now you get him back in the shotgun. Here's where he seems comfortable. Now, this doesn't have to be the game plan against every team, and I'm going to touch on that in a second. But just watch how comfortable Matthew Stafford looks in the gun. Steps up, fires it, Hockenson. Hockenson's his favorite target over the middle because it's there. It's just there. Especially against Stone. He just has to sit in the zone. Everybody just has to sit in the zone. And Stafford moves his eyes. He can throw without looking. He just seems comfortable in the gun. Pass over the middle. He's got Amendola. There's your spin move. This side of the half. We came out of half and scored a touchdown. Now you hit him with that play action. What's the difference between this play action and the one we saw earlier? Last time, you're asking the tight end to block. This time, you don't line the tight end over there. You just line him up on this side, and he runs all the way across the field. So now you're not asking your tight end to block. You're just saying, okay, Stafford, just run out to the outside. And he has that easy dump off. It's a mismatch every time. Jesse James, huge gain. And all of a sudden, they're in the red zone, right? All of a sudden, inside 10. Then Stafford, once again, out of the gun. This was their drive out of half. I'm serious. I'm not changing nothing. This is their drive out of half. I can't change it. Carry on, touchdown. How comfortable did that drive look? The Lions, for the first time this game, had a rhythm. There was some kind of rhythm to their offense. Running this kind of up-tempo offense out of shotgun doesn't mean you have to completely abandon the run game because you don't want to do that. But it means that you can run the ball more out of the shotgun, where we actually saw some success with the draw play, especially against their great foot four. It means your extension of the run game can be passing it out, right? You guys like Carrion, who can catch the football. He made a great one-handed grab, as long as he doesn't slip. DeAndre Swift had a really big gain out of the backfield when Stafford threw it to him in this game. That can be an extension of what we're doing here if you give him some underneath quick passes, and you're going to see that as we continue to go on. And I think the reason it was so good in this game is because Stafford wasn't confident early in this offensive line. He didn't feel comfortable. When you have a guy that's not comfortable behind his line, that's not super mobile, and he knows it, he knows his weaknesses, and you're asking him to turn his back to the defense every time he throws it on a play action or take it and step and drop back, he doesn't like that. I think Stafford, and I think we've seen it for years, is more comfortable out of the shotgun. So, next drive, we go on that shotgun. Shotgun run. I love it. Hand up out of the shotgun. Beautiful. But Swift picks the wrong hole. I don't know what he's looking at here. This is the first time, maybe he's not trust lineman. He's got a great hole right here, and everybody's playing man. So he's going to have a huge gap. But he tries to cut back. And there's nothing there. Maybe if he gets outside, maybe he breaks it, but he's not able to. He had the hole and he missed it. Okay, let's put Stafford back in the gun on this next drive. Let's do it. Stafford, if he sees the defense, reads it. This is no Galladay out there. Finds his man. Even no Galladay, allowing him to play more out of the gun, taking some pressure off him. That's great. Here we go with the inside handoff again. There's nothing there. This dude's cut, but this dude literally split two offensive lines. He split our right tackle and guard. Watch this. Dahl leaves, and he's able to get there before Swift can even hit the hole. I didn't like it. We could have kept running out the shotgun. So here we go. I'm not sure what the heck that play action was, but who cares? Because look, Stafford, he's comfortable here. He wants it out of the gun. I mean, I think this game has to be somewhat telling. If Darrell Bevell is willing to see this and say, okay, this is where he's at his best, the Lions offense can turn this thing around. They can be much better. Stafford, get him out of the gun. Look at this throw. Rolling, fires. That's a great throw. And it's not like they're in a situation where it's like, oh, they're playing soft coverage, the game's over. This is 20-14. And this is what the Lions offense went to without Galladay. With Galladay, this is what the offense should look like more often. But it goes by team you're playing against. This was my problem. We faced the Colts team that is known for their run D, and they shut down the run. And just the first drive alone, we're getting dominated on the offensive line. But nothing changed until the second half. And not only that, we also tried to mix in and try to be cute. And even off this drive, okay, 3 straight plays, 3 first downs in this drive. Lions are down by 6. 3 straight plays, 3 straight first downs, all out of the gun. Then guess what you do? Look where you're at. You're about there 27 after this play. So Stafford, off of this play, great throw. You're at the 27, and all of a sudden we come out in the I formation. Why do we come out in the I formation? What are we doing? Who are we fooling? Why would we come out in I form and just stop the complete up-tempo, the momentum? Stafford's feeling it. It's like if you had in basketball, you had a guy hitting threes, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, yeah, you're making good shots. How about you play center now for us? What are you doing? Let him stay out there and keep bopping him. You know what I'm saying? That's what would happen here. We're moving the ball, and it's like, okay, go to I form and hand it off. Why? This offense could have scored a touchdown on this drive. They were effortlessly moving the ball downfield. Effortlessly moving the ball downfield in the second half. Then you get that run. Then all of a sudden the pressure's there because it's second and long. They're expecting pass because now you go back to gun. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be. I wonder too. Guess what? Pressure gets there, strip sack. That play on its own, boom. That was the game. That was the game. Because after that, they score, we get the ball back, and we throw a pick six. Because now all of a sudden, we are playing to what they know is going to happen. Same thing that happened to the Packers. They know what's coming now. Now there's no threat of a run. You can run the ball, but it has to be different by game plan. This was a team that our game plan should not have been. Even after the first drive alone, I form, single back, handoff, under center, play action. I get you want to mix it in here and there, but Stafford was cooking out of the gun. He was cooking, and you changed it. And one play, we know football is about a few plays. Every coach says it. And one play changed it. Even late in the game, Stafford he's just comfortable. This is where he wants to take shots. You can do this versus every team. I don't think that the Lions are playing to Matthew Stafford's strengths. I don't think Stafford feels comfortable right now in this offense. Counter to me saying this will be that, oh, well, Matthew Stafford, he was sacked in the fourth quarter. You know, he was bleeding in the fourth quarter and we went to strictly gun. But that's because you were down by 20 points at that time. When you're down by 20 points, you can't even put a running back there and say, hey, we might hand it off, because no one thinks you're handing the football off. Everybody in the world knew that you were throwing the ball. And that goes back to my last video. When I said bench Stafford, I meant for his health. All right, it was supposed to be setting an example more for this offensive line that, hey, you guys aren't going to get to protect your starting quarterback, okay? That kind of thing. It was more for his health. I know some people didn't understand that because they didn't watch the videos. They just read the title. But I'm saying this. You're down by 20. Yes, everybody knows you're passing it. But early in the game, you can still make plays out of the shotgun while keeping the defense guessing. And this isn't the same game plan that you bring into every game. This would have been the great game plan for the Colts, but you bring in different ones by game. If you play a team that struggles to stop your run, then you go to what you like to do. You have to adjust, though. You can't be so stuck that, hey, this is what I like to do, so we're going to do it every week no matter who it's against, because then you adjust too late. And don't go back to what's working, keep it rolling. Patricia has adjusted. He has changed his defense as the year has gone on for the better. This guy, Bevell, needs to do the same by opponent. He can do what he likes to do and mix it in, but it has to be against the right teams. If it's not working, and if it's a great team that's stopping the run, that's not how you beat them. Play action is not helping when a team shuts your run game down. It doesn't make any sense if they're shutting your run down. Now you need to go to gun. You got to give Stafford more time because your offensive line's getting destroyed. You need to give Stafford more time in the pocket without having to drop back. He's got more time to see everything, and you go an extension of the run game by draws to slow down the rush, by screens to slow down the rush, by passes out to the flats to slow down the rush. Instead, staying under center where your offensive line's getting destroyed without even blitzing, that's not going to make Stafford comfortable, especially in this game. With this D-line, your game plan should not have been the same. That's my problem. The game plan was the same for the first half until the second half hit. And then you changed it and you went right back to what you wanted to do. And all of a sudden, it was over. I'm not blaming the fumble on Bevell. My problem here is that the scheme has to change game by game. If you're facing a defense that can't stop your run, pound it, pound it, pound it. I love it. First half, miscues everywhere. Second half, Stafford, 2 turnovers, game over. I've seen this for years now. And I think, again, if Bevell goes back and watches this game and looks at what I'm looking at here, he shouldn't say, look, Stafford was comfortable when I let him play out of the gun. It doesn't have to be like that every week. Maybe go for a drive. But look at their teams. Look at their strengths. If we're facing Minnesota, who's a top 5 run D, well, they're not. They're like 11th in the league. But if, say, for example, you're facing Minnesota, top 5 run D, and they're average against the pass, then your game plan should not be this. Maybe the first drive you try to run it, see what you got. You mix it in a little bit here and there. But that can't be your game plan to play off the run. We were more successful playing off the pass and letting that set up the run. What was our game plan all about? Pass it to open up the run. We decided once again, and that's why most of our first drive plays in the first half were negatives, except for plays that we threw the ball. We only had one positive run play. I mean, most of them were just negative yards in the first half every single drive. Every single drive was basically a first down run. We did the exact opposite, and we played to their strengths as a team. You can't do that. And then all of a sudden you're behind, the game's over. And that's why they said they didn't play a good game, because they didn't. They made a lot of mistakes. They probably didn't deserve to win this game. But it could have been tighter if you would have stick to what worked. And I'm not going to lie with you. If we don't go to that I-form play and we're down 20-14, I believe Lions may win this game. I want to make it clear that this is not at all on Daryl Bevell. I mean, a lot of it's on Daryl Bevell, but it's not all on Daryl Bevell. I feel like he stopped momentum and he tried to not change his game plan too often in this game. But it's not all on Daryl Bevell. You can't have all these miscues in the first half where guys are slipping, guys are falling. They did some right things, but I think with route concepts early, they did the screens, they mixed that thing in. I feel like he was a little bit too stubborn with the way that he was calling his plays, but also, we had too many miscues, too many missed blocks, things like that. I don't know who made the decision to put Joe Dahl right guard. I just don't think that made any sense before you play this team. But I think there were so many miscues in the first half that it really hurt us. But then in the second half, we saw it, and then we were riding with it, and then all of a sudden we stopped, and it killed the momentum, and all of a sudden a couple turnovers by Stafford, that goes on him. So there's blame to go everywhere. There's blame to go everywhere. But the offense can be better than what they showed. It's not just we played Colts, so we shouldn't expect to score. You got to expect to score more than this. Okay, because we basically scored 14 points in this game. Because they have it at the 27, it's the first down, and you keep Stafford in that shotgun rhythm, when he's feeling it, he's feeling it. He's like a basketball player, he's like a shooter, he's feeling it. But then we try to go right back to it. That's the run game's working. No quarterback is going to feel safe back there that's not mobile if they can't block. Stafford's watching this saying, dude, look, they're going negative yards. Now you want me to go under center, run a play action. And I know I'm slow. I'm not Russell Wilson. I can't just wiggle around. I'm not that fast. My move is this. Catch, duck down, and hopefully I come out of the other side. That's his move as a quarterback. I don't think he was comfortable in this game, and we didn't put him in comfortable position. This is why I said not in positions to be successful. We didn't put our players in position successful. It doesn't look like they're having fun. There's no fun out here. Stafford don't look like he's having fun. When does Stafford look like he's having fun? He's not having fun when you're doing this. If you're running the ball well and you're handing it off and it's working, stick to Bevell's game plan that he likes to do. Because Stafford will have fun watching him run, I'm sure. But in this game, he was like, dude, they're not going anywhere. And now I got sacked 5 times. I'm not having fun. Let me make the decisions. Let your highest paid player make the decisions. When in doubt, you rely on your guy. You go to your go-to guy. You don't, in doubt, go to Adrian Peterson, who you signed. We go to Matthew Stafford. That's what you do. The Lions didn't do that in this game. Again, the Vikings have a good run D. We'll get into that later. We'll see what the game plan is. Every game plan is going to be different. But I felt like this just was too much of the same first half. And all of a sudden, we try to get back to ourselves, be cute, and it killed the game. Tons of miscues. There is reason to be encouraged if Daryl Bevell is willing to adjust his game plan by his opponent and let Matthew Stafford play comfortable. I would love to see Stafford play a game where every single play you went shotgun. I would love it. I honestly believe, watch the Chiefs. How many times do the Chiefs run I form? I'm not saying we're the Chiefs, but I'm saying we have the weapons and we have the quarterback to do what we can do. We have a pass catching running back, Swift, who loves it outside. We have 2 tight ends that can catch the ball. We have 6'7" tight end. We have Hawkinson that can do it all. We have multiple receivers that are great. Let's play to the strengths one time and see what happens. Let's maybe go try to put up 30. Let's go play aggressive. A strategy is not let's keep it close. That's not a strategy. That's what happens when you're not scoring. Keeping it close ain't a strategy. Your strategy has to be go score every time you get the ball. And I don't feel like that's the strategy here. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?